Okay, I'm recording this one right on the assignment that I'm creating for you just to make sure that you are able to easily draw and color this. So let's take a look at this example. If you're not sure how to draw this or do this, we're going to use one of the draw features. You can use either the pencil or a little thicker, the paintbrush. I'm going to draw it in black. So we talked in the last few slides or lessons that the denominator indicates how many columns and how many rows. So I'm going to start by drawing my model here. The only thing I don't love about this draw feature is it's hard to erase. You actually have to put it in the trash can. It's not super easy. So hopefully they'll come up with an eraser tool soon. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 columns. Remember, it does not matter which one is which. It will look the same in your array, or color the same, I should say. Okay, so we have 3 columns. And now I'm going to lay the next fraction on top, so we'll have 4 rows. Whenever I have an even number, I like to break it in half first. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and 3, 4. Almost. 3, 4. Okay, so now that we've represented our model as 3 by 4, down here, hopefully you can see that, 3 by 4, now I'm going to do some shading. So I'm going to change my color here. I need to, let's do yellow. It's kind of light so we can see through it. Okay, so now I'm going to shade 2 out of 3 columns. So since I drew 3 columns, I'm going to shade 2 out of 3 of those. Oh, interesting how that changed a little bit. Now, wait a second, I did not draw that. So let's practice this trash can. I wanted to see how hard or easy this would be for you. And the answer is hard. Let's see if we can put our little finger pointer on it. Okay. So that's the trick. You've got to put your finger pointer on what you want to get rid of. So let me go back to get that drawing tool and turn it yellow again so I can shade my 2 out of 3. So it'd probably be easier if you just don't pick it up at all. No. This is a pretty new website here as far as I know, so I know things will just get better and better as we go. All right, so we've got 2 out of 3 shaded now. Now I need to look at it and shade 3 out of 4 of my rows. So let's get a different color so we can really see. So we can really see how hard this is, huh, Miss Williams? All right, so make sure nothing is highlighted when you choose your new color. So now I'm going to choose that purple. And now I'm going to shade 3 out of 4 rows. So if I count down 1, 2, 3, I'm going to do this without lifting my finger from the mouse pad so that it won't do that same thing that it just did a second ago. And now I've got 3 out of 4 rows shaded. Now the product of the multiplication of fraction by fraction is the boxes on this grid or array that are overlapping, which means have both colors in them. So I'm going to look at the model that I've drawn and count which ones have both colors in them. Let me back up just a little bit. Before I do that, I want to get my denominator. Remember, the denominator is how many parts to the whole. It's 3 by 4. If I counted these up, that's like saying 3 times 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is going to be out of 12. Now I'm going to count how many there are that are overlapping or have both colors. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 12. So the last step, and always the last step in 5th grade, is we need to ask ourselves, can this be simplified? Can I divide this by 2, 3, 5, or 7? And if I can, I'm going to see how many times I can divide it. Okay, so let's start with, I know that 3 is a multiple of each of these, so 3 is a factor. So let's start with 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. So now I have a simplified fraction of 2/4, but I may not be done. So let me ask myself again, can I divide both numerator and denominator by 2, 3, 5, or 7? The answer is yes. I can divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2. So I'm going to draw right over here, which will be my final answer. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So what this means is 6/12 is equivalent to 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2. So 2/3 times 3/4 in simplest form or lowest terms is 1/2.